RIOC Operations Committee meeting, January 17, 2024. Our members on the committee are David Kraut, Howard Palilli. Yeah, well, my tongue is tongue-tied today. Absent today is McCall Melamy and Faye Christian, Chair. Before we begin the meeting, I would just like to bring to everyone's attention that the committee will only respond to questions. Any committee that is reporting today will only respond to questions of the three members that are present. That is Mr. Kraut, Olive, and Christian. And the reason I'm saying that is because many of my initial agenda has changed. And also, I do not want any questions you might have. It would be best for you to direct them to me, especially since everything has changed now. We have a new administration, so a lot of things are not the same. And even things that were in place or have changed and changed. And we haven't had a meeting for some time. So, it would be beneficial to all if we listen to each committee. Whatever questions you have, please direct them to me. If you have a question, they're not going to be answered from the audience unless they're from one of the three committee members that's here, and that's it. Now, if you don't follow that, if that policy is not followed, I'm going to end the meeting. I, as a resident, would like to hear what is being reported, what I'm going to be told. After that, you can find out.
Recording in progress.
That was me, sorry.
Because there's going to be many questions, even I will unable to answer now because of the change. But I am asking you to follow that procedure. If it's not followed, the meeting will be closed.
Is this a new precedent for RIOC committee members? Because in the past, the RIOC committees have always allowed questions from residents.
If they choose.
Yes.
I don't choose.
Is this going to be a precedent for all forthcoming?
No, today I do not choose. I cannot answer for every meeting, but for today's meeting, I want to hear what every committee that has been that's reporting. I had wanted to hear more personally, but we only have. I'm going by the new administration, and I really did not have enough time to really even consort with them, and because of that. It's going to be very little that I wish to comment on. And whatever you have, you can direct them to me, and I will definitely send them to Mr. Kraut. He'll get the same question. Mr. Pallavi will have the same question, so you will, and Dr. Melamy will also get them. But for this meeting, I'm asking you to abide by what I'm asking you to do. If it's not followed, I will end the meeting. It's very important for you to at least find out what is going on in operations. So if you wish to hear them, follow my directive, because that is my directive for today.
Before moving on, what law are you specifically referring to?
Yes?
Did I misunderstand something? Is Dr. Malala there today?
No, she's absent today, and only 3 of us are here.
Thank you.
So, Faye, what law are you referring to or bylaw that enables you to do that?
I am not answering any questions. I will repeat. If questions come from anyone that is not on this committee, this meeting will be adjourned.
All right, before you start the meeting though, was this a vote of the committee or was this just your decision?
This is my prerogative as committee chair.
And do the other committee members agree?
It is my prerogative as committee chair.
Under what bylaw?
And you were very lucky I answered your question. And I'm not answering anymore.
Under
Last
what
time.
bylaw?
One more question.
That's the question.
Could we,
Under
could
what
we
bylaw?
proceed with the
Let's go,
agenda?
yes,
Okay.
we can proceed with the committee report.
Okay.
What's the first one?
We're going to begin with buses, and
Yes, buses.
Cy Opperman's here to present on transportation and then the buses.
Can I stand for 1 minute?
Please.
Alright, first one, since I'm gonna be the first one, thank you for coming tonight. Alright? Very important. Department of Buses need buses.
That's right.
I'll go over this briefly, and then I'm sure we'll have plenty of questions at the end.
Thank you.
Basic information. Roosevelt Island Red Bus is a free bus that runs 24 hours a day. Okay? The bus services runs island-wide and has stops at transportation hubs, as well as other convenient locations throughout the island. We provide a bus shoppers trip on Tuesdays and Wednesdays for our senior citizens. We have emergency shuttle service for the F train or the tram if it goes out of service. We provide a shuttle service in the event of a natural disaster, which we would need all 7 buses in need to assist us to evacuate the island. So it's very important that we have all 7 buses. RIOC requires 5 buses for daily operation. The red bus fleet is aging and will need to be phased out over time. Wear and tear issues result in costly repairs and become problematic. Sorry. Okay, the schedule below highlights the preferred fleet total per shift. So in the morning, from 5:45 in the morning to 10 a.m., we need 5 buses out there. From 10 a.m. to 3, we need 2 buses out there. From 3 to 8:30, we need 4 buses out there. And then from 8:30 to 4 in the morning on the weekends, we need another 2 buses. 2 night buses are out there. Currently, we have no spares if a bus goes out of service. We have nothing to replace that down bus, okay? The goal to purchase 2 buses to provide safe and reliable service to our residents. And it's very important, especially the 2 night buses out there late at night for our residents. Right now, we are looking to replace bus 5 and 6, with bus 7 having already been decommissioned due to age and functions, okay? The repairs to these buses become expensive as well as not possible in some cases. The amount of money that we have to spend to get these buses fixed is out of the norm. It's too expensive. Pure diesel buses are low cost, generally need less repairs, and are longer lasting. In addition, the availability of parts for the 3 buses that we're gonna get rid of, all right, the Orion buses, the Orion company has gone out of business in 2013. So it's very hard for us to get parts, okay? Eventually, the Department of Transportation is looking to phase out the 3 Orion buses. Funding are available in 2024 and 2025 budget. Cost. Don't get nervous. Okay, the cost amount is $587,912 per bus, amounting to a total of $1,175,824 for new flyer buses. According to our vendor, we safely approximate the minimum fuel savings of 10.75. Right? Actually, with the buses that we have, we'll get a lot better mileage out of it. We also approximately have $50,000 in the budget for workforce development. That's for the training of the mechanics and everything, okay? This 10.75 estimate reduction in fuel would account to an average annually fuel savings of 460 gallons per bus and an annual 10.8% reduction in CO2 emissions per bus. We have applied for a federal grant to offset the cost of the red bus. The grant is with the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency regarding the Diesel Emission Reduction Act, which our buses qualify for. Such RIOC is awarded, the fund could account for up to 75% of the purchase price. Meets all speculations for the Department of Transportation. We have been satisfied with buses that they have provided to us in the past. Mechanics are familiar with the service needs of these buses and requirements. Updated workforce training will be provided from the vendor, and the models aligned to the state and federal environmental reduction efforts to reduce emission. RIOC and New Flyer have been conducting business together for over 20 years, starting with the purchase order for 4 buses in 1994. A New Flyer bus was purchased in May of 1994 and put out of service in November 3rd, 2009. That bus lasted over 15 years. Okay? It shows the reliability and durability of a New Flyer bus. Questions?
Did we look into
I just have a
electric
question,
buses?
I have a question about the senior seats.
Yeah.
Is it possible to order them to be a few seats and the front to be higher? I saw some-
Yeah, we can look at the specs on that with our vendor.
I saw the city has higher
Yeah.
bus seats in
Right.
front now.
Don't forget the bus is free.
It's true, but our seniors need to
No,
be.
I made it free for you.
Yes, thank you,
I
I'm so
know.
happy. But since my hip replacement, I can understand now why seats higher
Right.
are very important.
Right.
Now I can sit anywhere, but there was a time when I couldn't. And it would have been I stood. Most of my time was spent standing.
Sai, did you guys look into
I have,
electric or
I have
hybrid
a-
buses?
I'm sorry.
Did you look into
Yes.
hybrid buses?
The hybrid bus?
David, sorry, we do not answer questions
Oh,
from the public.
okay, sorry.
I'm not the public, I'm a
I
board
have-
You are a
member.
resident today.
I am a board member today. I know you're a chair, but that doesn't mean you're demoting me from being a
You
board
are
member.
not to respond.
How come this guy can even fuck up?
David has a
Mr.
question.
Kraut?
It's impossible to fuck up an operations meeting.
We're doing it now, David.
Did you have a question, Mr. Kraut?
Yes, we got 15 years out of the previous generation of buses. Is that right?
Yes, yeah, David, how are you, Si?
I have a financing question. Do we like depreciate buses as capital equipment?
We do. All vehicles, equipment is depreciated. Now, of course, the depreciation, the book value versus what the value of the bus is if you were to sell it is two different things.
Well, I understand that. I was just wondering, how the finances work in a case like this. I appreciate your answer. Thank you very much.
Aside,
Yes.
are buses equipped with GPS transponders?
No, they're not, but we could look into that. Years ago, we had it, if everybody remembers right, it was with the Octagon building, and that was owned and operated by the Octagon. So they would have to revisit that. It was supposed to be, I think they were like a G3, and now it's like all the way up to a G6 or a G5 or something. But that's something to
So
take to
they-
the
they-
Octagon,
so they-
management.
So there was the next bus uses
Right,
that transponder.
right.
Howard,
Yes?
is this in respect of the next bus communication thing?
Yes. So if the other buses are fitted with transponders, the next bus information would be available.
That's no problem. Yeah, we could call,
Yeah.
call the vendor in, look it up, it'll only take like maybe a day or two.
So you asked
They
that
have it
last
on rainy
year, so.
days. You probably know because they have it on rainy days for people to check next bus to know it has, so they can spend minimal time at the bus stop waiting. They kind of like to not be out in the rain waiting, and that's the best thing the next bus does for us.
Well, we'd like to get, can I answer that? I'd like to get the buses on a schedule where before you could log on to your cell phone, you're gonna see a bus.
That would be nice. That would be nice.
Faisy, you were saying that I should ask you questions, so.
When can we expect these buses?
10 to 12 months.
Oh
It's
God,
actually
that's such a
12 to
long.
15 months.
Gerald, I
But
would
the
like a legal
official
opinion
request
if
will
board
happen
members
at
could
the
be
board meeting on
ignored when we're not in
February 1st.
quorum.
So it's still 12 minutes,
there's
and
a
12
quorum.
months is a long.
There isn't a quorum because she's
So
sitting
what are we gonna
quietly
do in
just
the
as the
meantime?
ABO said
Well,
to
what
me.
there
we're
is
gonna
a-
do is.
No.
It's about press
The
conference.
ABO said,
Excuse me, I
Yeah.
can't hear.
so listen, it
Uh,
said, so the
Sorry,
ABO
what are we
literally
gonna do in the
said
meantime?
that
We have
if
right
there,
now-
no,
We
if
have
there's
too
a
many
fifth
voices
board
going
member,
on.
well then let's just listen to
I'm
me
speaking
then.
to Sai.
That's
Sai
nice.
speaking.
So if there are 5 board members, as one board member is
this
sitting
is the
quietly
last-
next
Then
to
will you
you.
shut the fuck up and stop acting like a 6-year-old? You're
No.
a goddamn grown-up. Act
No.
like a grown-up at a grown-up meeting. This is operations. where we figure out how this island is to be run, not to hear you flap your
For a
fucking
legal
mouth.
opinion.
Just shut up.
I'm asking for a legal
And
opinion.
I'm not gonna give a legal opinion right
Now
now.
he can answer that for
It's
you.
irresponsible for me to do that in public like this. To give you an actual legal opinion.
Yeah.
That's not responsible.
Okay. So do you think that Faye is legally allowed to do what she's
Okay,
doing?
sorry,
Okay,
that's
so
what-
right now, we, in the mornings, we need 5 buses out there, I only got 4.
So what are we gonna do? Are we gonna do
What we're
rent?
gonna do is, we leave 1 bus out there, I'm sorry, we're gonna bring 1 bus in at 10 o'clock after the express bus. And we bring that into the shop, we put it up in the air, all right, we have the mechanics do a PM on it, preventive maintenance program. All right, that bus goes out in the afternoon. When the other bus comes in at 10:30, we take that bus and put it up in the air and we service it. And then we fuel it and we do the maintenance on it. That's the only thing we could do. We have to keep these, matter of fact, these buses are running
Constantly.
constantly.
Well, I'm worried that these 2 buses are not gonna be enough. That's why I asked, are we gonna
Oh,
rent?
we got 4.
Well, 4.
Yeah, I'll make them, Mike. I'll make it.
You're gonna make it work.
I'll make it work.
Okay, and then,
And they're the newer buses.
Right, they're the newer ones, the new flyers.
and now we're not gonna have the, since we're on transportation, who's reporting on the shuttle weekend? Anyone's reporting on the shuttle and the weekend? 'Cause we're not gonna have it on the weekend.
Are you talking about the F train during this
Yes, the
period in
shuttle.
February?
Mhm.
Right, yeah, so we're still discussing that internally, we weren't
Okay,
yet
well,
prepared
that's
to
fine.
discuss, yeah.
Okay, because that's why.
But we are looking, yeah.
That's what I'm worried about. you know.
Yeah, we all are,
Yeah.
yeah.
We all are. Okay, any other questions? David, you have a question for Cy?
No, not right now. Thank you, Si, for the presentation.
Okay.
So about how many miles a year do you put on the bus?
It goes in as about 185,000 miles total.
Okay.
You know, that's for, like, for the 5 buses. I have to monitor that. That goes to, 19A unit in Albany.
Okay, and they're getting, they're using about 4,000 gallons of fuel each, about.
Just about, and not, maybe a little less, because they burn pretty good, the newer buses, the 16s from New Flyer.
Okay, so they're running well.
Right, oh yeah, the 4 that I have are running well, just as long as we can keep up with the maintenance. It's just like fueling your car. We had 1 bus the other night, it was going around all day, we had to bring it in, it took 68 gallons, so, that's why I call it a 24-hour service. I'm there early in the morning, mechanics are there at 5:30 in the morning.
Mhm.
We have, driver service cleaner in there at 5,
Mhm.
so we're getting our service out in the morning and making score.
Okay.
Yes, David?
I have, this question's a little off his subject today, but I remembered a question that I wanted to ask Si, which is, originally this island was supposed to be operated with, electric buses. And that hasn't worked out very well. The state of the art has never quite matched what we need. Do you see in the future any chance that it might be moving to electric buses?
Well, in the future, I guess so, but right now we're not mandated. And so we're trying to get these buses in before we get mandated to do something like that. Don't forget, David, that once you get those electric buses in here, you have to rebuild all these charging stations. It's a big thing, and then the other thing is, when you try to get rid of the batteries on these buses, it's another problem,
Yeah.
But right now, all 4 buses are clean air diesels. So our emissions.
We still have problems in the past, and to stay away from electric buses for the time being.
Right. And then the other thing with electric buses, you have to have the mechanics that are upgraded to provide the service,
Yeah, it's a major change.
Right, exactly.
I'm not expecting it to happen right away, I just wondered if there's been any improvements in breed that might make it more possible, say 5 years out or 10 years out. Before you know.
Well, I remember years ago when I was in Manhattanville Depot, David, we had electric buses and they weren't working very well.
I understand. I do remember
So
that.
I've been down that road with them. I know they're ordering them, the same person that were, Carmine, the vendor that we're using is selling them to, the MTA.
They should get some Tesla buses, they go real fast.
Next is going to be Mary reporting on the ticket system.
Mary?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Si.
Good seeing
Thank you very much.